Welcome back to Strength Training. This is Core Focus 2. For this session, you'll need a mat which you can fold or some kind of extra pad for your knees. You'll also need a step or stable block to stand on. Good to go? We start with split stance side bends. Take a step forward with your right leg. Raise your arms in front of you with your thumbs down. Cross your arms and clasp your palms together while reaching overhead, and push your hips forward until you feel a light stretch. Arch your upper body to the right as you gently push your hips to the left. Relax back to the midline and keep repeating. Switch around to the other side. Get your arms into position as you push your hips to the right. Arch your body to the left. Relax back to the midline and repeat. Don't lean forward or backward as you move. Keep that chest up high. Good work. Grab your mat and get down into high plank position. Your next move is downward dog. Press through your hands to move your hips up and back. Drop your chest toward the ground and let it fall between your shoulders. Hold for a count of 3, feeling that stretch through your shoulders. Come back into a high plank and then keep repeating. Nice work. Take a break and then get onto your hands and knees for quadruped T-spine rotations. Place your right palm on the back of your head. Start by gently rotating your right shoulder down toward the floor, then up toward the ceiling. Repeat this move slowly up and down. Let your head follow your arms. Well done. Repeat on the other side. Rotate your left shoulder down toward the floor, then up toward the ceiling. Repeat slowly and without moving the rest of your body. Allow your head to follow your arm as you rotate. Next up is quadruped pull and hold. Your hands and feet should be a little wider than your shoulders. Raise your knees slightly and keep your back flat. Pull inward with your arms and legs, but don't move. Engage your abdominals and hold that tension. Keep your back flat as you pull hard through your shoulders and hips. Nice work. Relax for a few seconds before getting back into position to do the same thing, but this time you'll push out. Raise your knees off the ground slightly and keep your back flat. Now, push outward with your arms and legs, but don't move. Engage your abdominals and hold there. Good job. Shake it out, but stay in position. You've got one more pull coming up. Keeping that back flat, lift those knees off the ground just a bit and then pull inward with your arms and legs. To an observer, it shouldn't look like you're doing much, but you should feel tension through your body. Bird dogs are coming up next. Take a deep breath in and engage your core. Reach your right arm and left leg out at the same time. Hold for 3 seconds. Then lower down and lift your left arm and right leg. Hold for 3, drop, and keep repeating. Focus on keeping your hips and shoulders square and level with the ground as you move. Nice work. Grab your mat and flip over onto your back. Extend your arms overhead for V-ups. Bring your legs up and reach your arms forward to touch your toes. Then slowly lower and repeat. Keep repeating, moving slowly and in control the whole time. Nice job. Now roll onto your right side for oblique leg lifts. Prop yourself onto your elbow and put your left hand on your hip or on the floor. Roll your hips backward and get ready. Engage your core and raise both legs straight up about 10 inches or 22 centimetres. Hold for 3 and then slowly lower your legs. Keep repeating, keeping that chest up and shoulders back. Focus on engaging your abdominals rather than your hip flexors to move your legs. Take a quick break and then roll onto your left side to repeat the exercise. Get up on your elbow and into position. Engage your core and raise both legs straight up above the ground. Hold there for 3 seconds and then begin slowly lowering, raising and holding them. Keep repeating. Keep breathing. It doesn't help if you hold your breath. Shake that out and roll onto your back with your knees at 90 degrees and slightly apart. Marching hip bridges are here. Press through your feet and raise your hips off the ground. Now, lift one foot slightly off the floor, put it back on the ground, and then lift the other one. Keep repeating the march. Be sure to keep your hips level as you raise your feet. Well done. Now flip back over onto your hands and knees for another set of bird dogs. Take a deep breath in and engage your core. Then reach your right arm and left leg out at the same time and hold for a count of 3. Lower slowly back to the ground. Keep repeating. Take a breath and then lay down on your mat with your palms on the floor just outside your shoulders. Push-ups with rotations are next. Lower your body into a push-up and then, as you return to your upward position, rotate your right and reach your right arm straight up and pause. Return to the push-up position and repeat on the other side. Well done. Shake that out before you get back on your hands and toes. Forward bear crawls are next. Raise your hips up in the air and keep your knees soft. Flatten your back and keep your head up. Begin to crawl forward a few paces and then reverse it to go back to the start. Once there, move forward again and keep repeating. No sagging. Keep your back flat and hips up in the air. Stand up and shake those arms out. Move over to a step or grab your block. Coming up next are hip hikes. Stand on your left leg with your foot parallel to the edge of your step. Your right leg should be off the step and unweighted. If you don't have a step, you can do this on the floor. Slowly raise your right hip as high as possible. Hold for a count of 3, then lower your right leg as far as possible without bending your left knee. Bring that hip back up, hold, lower it again, and then keep repeating. Keep your shoulders level as you move. Well done. Turn around or slide to the other side. We'll do a set on your right leg now. Slowly raise your left hip as high as possible and hold it there for a count of 3 before slowly lowering it as far as possible without bending your knee. Once you're there, lift it back up as high as you can. Hold, then lower and keep repeating. Keep your shoulders level and your body still as you move. This is just all about your hips. Nice job. Head back to your mat and get down on your hands and knees. It's time for some sit-throughs, which are a little bit tricky. Raise your knees to hover off the ground. Lift your right arm and bring your left leg forward under your body. As you do, spin around to face the other way and push your leg out while balancing on your left arm. Once there, bring it all back to your starting position and repeat on the other side. Keep repeating, keeping the motion slow and in control at all times. Kneeling hip extensions now. If this makes your knees uncomfortable, you can fold your mat over to make it thicker or add an extra cushion. Press your toes into the floor and engage your hamstrings to raise yourself into an upright position. Press your hips forward and keep your back straight. Slowly lower your hands back to the ground. Keep repeating. Squeeze your hamstrings and glutes at the top of the motion. Let's get some single leg hip bridges into the mix here. With hands by your side and keeping your right knee bent, straighten your left leg and then, pushing off your right foot, lift your hips off the ground. Lower back down and keep repeating. Give your legs a shake. Time for the other side. Raise your hips and right leg up as high as you can without twisting your hips. Lower back down slowly and keep repeating. Take a quick breath and flip onto your right side. Get ready for low side planks with hip abduction and hold. Press onto your elbow and raise your hips off the ground so your body is in a straight line. Hold it there. Now, raise your left leg a few inches or centimeters off your right leg and hold. Well done. Relax for a few seconds, then roll onto your left side to repeat the move. Okay, press up onto your elbow and raise up into a side plank. Once there, raise your right leg a few inches or centimeters and hold steady. Now flip onto your stomach and relax for a few seconds. Now it's time for some back extensions with opposite arm and leg raises. Extend your arms overhead, tuck your chin down and place your toes on the floor. Lift your chest off the floor and hold. Now raise your right arm and left leg a few inches off the floor. Lower and lift your left arm and right leg. Keep repeating in a smooth and steady motion. Great work. Hey, how about some more side planks? This time it will be high side planks with rotation. Press up into a high side plank and lift your left arm straight in the air. Slowly rotate your shoulders toward the floor as you reach your left arm under your body. Rotate your torso and return to your starting position. Brilliant. Shake it out and switch to your left side. Press up into a side plank and lift your right arm straight in the air. Slowly rotate your shoulders toward the floor as you reach your right arm under your body. Reach back to the ceiling and then keep repeating. Okay, back on all fours with your hands below your shoulders and back flat. It's time for bird dogs. Take a deep breath in and engage your core. Reach your right arm and left leg out at the same time. Hold for a 3 count, then lower them and switch to the opposite arm and leg. Keep repeating, making sure to keep your body as still and stable as possible as you move. Well done. Now it's time for another set of back extensions with opposite arm and leg raises. Lay down on your stomach and extend your arms overhead. Tuck your chin down and place your toes on the floor. Raise your right arm and left leg off the ground before lowering and shifting to the opposite sides. Time to get back on your right side. More oblique leg lifts are up, so get onto your elbow and roll those hips back. Pull your belly button toward your spine and lift those legs straight up and hold them for a 3 count. Lower back down and keep repeating. Make sure you keep your chest up and shoulders back as you move. Nicely done. Now onto your left side to repeat the exercise. Once in position, lift those legs up in a smooth, steady motion before holding and lowering again. Don't fling your legs up once at the bottom. Just move smoothly and with full control. Keep that core engaged at all times. Great job. Turn back over onto your stomach. You've got another back extension coming up. This time you'll hold it. With hands on the back of your head and with your legs together, press your toes into the floor and lift your chest. Squeeze your glutes and pull your elbows back to engage your entire backside. Well done. Let's finish this routine off with a nice stretch. Child's pose. Kneel on your mat with your knees wide and the tops of your feet on the mat. Walk your arms forward and fold your chest to the ground and let your head drop to the mat. Reach your arms out in front of you as far as possible. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly to relax your shoulders into the mat. Great work. You're another step closer to a stronger you.